Alright, so now what we can do is we can learn about sniffing and figure out how to put our card in monitor mode. So sniffing is basically looking at other people's traffic or spying on them. So that's all it is, just spying on it, looking at their traffic. And the problem that we have whenever we try to do this is actually the way that our cards are set up by default. So just to review what I talked about in the first video, whenever you first open your laptop and your card is just working like normal, you're just at some coffee shop getting online, your card is in something called managed mode. And if you type iwconfig, you can see that both my cards, the one that is built in and the one, even the cool one that I bought off Amazon, it's in managed mode. So what this means is any data that's coming in my card, if that data is not meant for me, then I'm going to ignore it. Now, 99% of the time, that's awesome because I really don't care about anyone's traffic. I don't care what all these other people are looking at, all their selfies. I don't want it to clutter up my computer. I'm just worried about my own traffic. However, in these tutorials, and this is probably the only exception, we actually do care about their traffic. So instead of ignoring it, we need to tell our wireless card, hey, actually keep that, listen to it, and let's scope it out and see what's going on there. So what we need to do, like I said, is switch these over to monitor mode. So how do we do that? Well, we actually use a tool called, let me clear this out. We use a tool called AirMon NG. So a lot of these tools, they're Air something NG. So this is monitor, and what it allows you to do is enable and disable monitor mode for a wireless card. So we're going to be using that tool, but before we even get started, just make sure first that your interface card is up, whatever one you want to switch. So I have config. I'm going to be using WLAN 1, and I'm just going to make sure that's up. So now it's up and running and good to go. So after this, before we try to swap it over, we should probably make sure that AirMon NG can just detect our card. So if you just write AirMon -NG and hit enter, as long as your card pops up, then it says, okay, I'm aware that this card exists. I can identify it, and now, we can tweak it however we want. So we're about to switch it over, but here's the thing. And here's a problem that you guys may have. A lot of people, they switch over their card and it's fine, and then after a while, it turns back into managed normal mode. And they're like, what the heck? I didn't press anything. What's going on? And that's because there are a lot of other services or processes running on your computer, and they're always monitoring your hardware, your network settings. So they're going to look and say, oh, you know what? This card's in monitor mode, spy mode. It shouldn't be. We're going to swap it back. Now, like I said, it's good to have these processes monitoring, make sure you can connect, all that stuff. But in this case, we actually don't want them. So what we need to do is if we go AirMon NG, check, we can check for the processes that may cause us some trouble. And it says, okay, you got these things. It may interfere with, what we're trying to do. So run this command again. And if you write AirMon -NG check kill, so harsh, kill, wow. So it kills off these processes. So now they are done with, over with, and they're not going to swap our monitor mode back into managed mode, and we can continue with whatever we're trying to do. So now we actually have to swap it over to monitor mode, so AirMon NG, and all we do is we write start, 2 spaces there, WLAN 1. So whatever card you're trying to put in monitor mode, AirMon NG start, and then the name of that card. Now hit enter, and look at that. It says monitor mode enabled for WLAN 1 on WLAN 1 mon. So it pretty much took that card and swapped it over. So if I write iwconfig, you can see, okay, this is my old one. It's still in managed mode. Didn't do anything to that. But now we have this new one, WLAN 1 mon, that is in monitor mode. Now take note that WLAN 1, it doesn't exist anymore because it pretty much converted it into monitor mode. So it has a new name now, so reference it WLAN 1 from here on out. And yeah, there you go. So we can now look at other people's traffic using this card. Pretty awesome.